Okay. The next section is some more logarithms, but it's a different kind of logarithms. These are equations. So we're going to solve some logarithmic equations. And the beauty of it is, I'm not sure we even need a calculator. I think you're going to be able to do this whole thing without a calculator. So here we go. This is number 3a, and we're going to find the log x equals 3. We're going to figure out what x is. Probably the single most important thing that we have talked about in a very long time, I'm about ready to tell you. Not this part. You already know there's a 10 there. Who had Mr. Miller last year? Anybody had Mr. Miller? Okay, so do you remember Mr. Miller talking about loop-de-loo? No? You forgot that part? All right, well, we're going to do what Mr. Miller calls the loop-de-loo. This is important. When you have a logarithmic equation, you can convert it into an exponent equation by doing 10 to the third, so 10 to the third equals x. So that's why he calls it loop-de-loo. 10 to the third power equals x. 10 to the third power equals x. And then you can tell me what the answer is. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So the answer to question A is 1,000. Now B is the same kind of problem. Remember, LOG means base 10. And I would definitely write that in. So here we go. Loop-de-loo, start right here. So 10 to the negative first, 10 to the negative first equals x. Watch my hand moving. 10 to the negative first equals x. That's how we change a logarithm equation into an exponent equation. Now, what's 10 to the negative first? You know this. 10 to the negative first means 1 over 10. And that's the answer to the question. All right, let's look at C.
This is 4.
Yep.
Maitland texted me and said her Wi-Fi just went out, so I kicked her off the Zoom.
Yeah, she got kicked out, and then I let her back in. I think she's back in, but yeah, she's got something going on there. But she's back. All right, so now I'm looking at problem C. And in problem C, I went ahead and put the 10 in. Remember, guys, LOG means a base of 10. And you really need that number because when you loop-de-loo, that's where you start. So 10 to the negative second equals x. 10 to the negative second equals x. Every single time you convert a logarithm equation, you're going to start right here with the base. So 10 to this power equals this number. Well, what's 10 to the negative second? 1 over 10 squared. Flips, negative, flips. So I hope you got 1 over 100 as your answer. Now, just when you think you're getting the hang of it, I throw you this curveball. This one says ln x equals 4. Will somebody tell me what ln stands for?
Log E.
So this is log base E of x equals 4. So the ln becomes log base E. Everything else stays the same. As soon as you write it that way, then you can loop-de-loo it. And you have e to the 4th equals x. Remember, e is a constant like pi. It is okay to leave e as your answer. Just like when you did circles and you got an area of 16 pi, you were perfectly comfortable leaving the pi. Be comfortable with the e. The answer is e to the 4th. That's it. That's the answer. If we needed a decimal, we could get one, but we don't. The answer is e to the 4th. How about question E? What do you think? Yes.
Nyla got kicked out and she's trying to get back in.
She's not in the waiting room. I can't do anything till she shows up. She might be having internet troubles too.
Alright.
I'll keep an eye on it. Oh, there she is, right there. She just came in. Thank you. So we've got a log base E. Again, remember, ln is log base E. Everything else stays the same. And then we loop-de-loo. E to the 6th equals x. All right, hang with me. We're almost done. We'll do these 5 and then we'll be finished. This one looks a little bit different. Does anybody have an idea about how we might start it? It's a little bit different since it's an equation. Well, I'll give you a hint. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Because if I divide both sides by 3, then I have this. And then it looks just like the other ones I've been doing. What's my base here? 10. So when I loop-de-loo, 10 to the 1st equals x. 10 to the 1st equals x. Watch my hand. Goes this way. So 10 to the 1st equals x. So the answer is 10. Negative 2 ln x equals 4. How do you think I'll start? Yep, so ln x equals negative 2. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. ln is log base E. So when I loop-de-loo, I get E, always start here, to the negative 2nd equals x. What do I do with e to the negative 2nd?
Wouldn't it be 1 over e to the 2nd?
It would be. Very good. Because kids, what do negative exponents do? They flip you. They flip you. Nicely done. All right, 3 more. Log base 10, I'm going to go ahead and put in the base 10 of x equals a half. JP, loop-de-loo that. What does it say? What is this as an exponent equation? Start here.
10 to the half.
Equals x. Yep. And what does a half exponent represent? Oh my goodness. Fractional exponents are radicals. So that's the square root of 10. So x is the square root of 10. Two more, you're doing great. Hang in there. Log base 10 of x equals 1/3. I went ahead and put in the base 10. And for this one, the last one, J, I'm going to go ahead and put in the log base C. Because if I'm going to loop-de-loo, I have to have a base. So 10 to the 1/3 equals x. Loop-de-loo. What's 10 to the 1/3 mean?
Radical.
Yep. And the radical it means is cube root. So it's the cube root of 10. Perfect. The cube root of 10 to the first, or the cube root of 10. All right, let's loop-de-loo this last one. I went ahead and changed the ln into log base C so that I could do e to the 1/4 equals x. Isn't that a radical too, also? So that's going to be a radical. E is going to be underneath, and it's going to be the 4th root to the first. So that is the 4th root of E. And my friends, I'm sure you did this last year, but for us, you just solved a bunch of logarithmic equations. Nice job.